you today?
Thanks, Sarah-Lynn. Yeah, hi everybody. It's great to see so many people on the call, and thanks for giving up part of your Saturday. So first of all, what is COP? And for those of you that don't necessarily know, it's the supreme decision-making body when it comes to the United Nations climate change framework on Committee on Climate Change. So there's lots of acronyms in there, but essentially they're the big dogs that really decide what happens with our climate and the international decisions around it. So Paris COP21 was in 2015 was the big one, and we had the Paris agreements come out of that, which was to restrict global average temperature change to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So COP26, this is the next big one. It's 5 years on from COP21 at Paris, and it's really been touted as a big milestone in that journey. And a lot of people are talking about this, the last real COP where we can make a significant difference. So I'm going to share my screen actually and talk you through our website. And this is basically it's more of a guide for how you can all get involved. And actually, I'm just going to show you a short video that Sophie and the rest of the team helped produce. And it just kind of shows what we've been up to and what we've done. So I'm just going to make sure my streams optimized for screen sharing and show you this short video clip. Just shout if the sound doesn't play. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a taster on what we've been doing and what we've been up to. And you'll see loads in there about our petition and our position paper. But I'll show you exactly how you can get involved. So on our website, NetZeroNeedsNuclear.com, all you need to do is go to the Get Involved page. And there's two real ways that we're hoping you can get involved. And they're listed here. So send a letter and get involved in part of our social media campaign. So I'll scroll down this page, and everything you really need to know will be on this page. So we can share the links with you afterwards, and yeah, hopefully go from there. So let's look at sending a letter. I've been able to work with Generation Atomic, who've got this great tools, and policymakers enact the changes. And what we've done is collate loads of the key decision makers around COP26 and created this template so that all you need to do, and what we really encourage you to do, is encourage your YGN members to each go into this, populate this with their name, last name, email address, and you can select your country, and then personalize this first paragraph of the letter. So this is your letter. You can change it as much as you want, but what we've put in so far is this little section: put your address, add a short background, and/or state why you think net zero needs nuclear. You can find inspiration from, this is just a bit of an extract from our position paper, which you can find elsewhere on the website. And it tells you 5 scientifically underpinned points. There's a 4-page document which you can go to and just add your messages about why you think net zero needs nuclear. And then we've got this ask, the calling on, so you can leave all of this. This is all template text. And it includes the points about the scientific position paper, also a bit about the EU, and then just the question back to those COP decision makers: what are you doing to ensure that nuclear is given an equal voice at the biggest climate change conference yet? So yeah, all you need to do really is change that first paragraph, make it personal, add your details, scroll down, and then add your voice. And we've got a counter, so a couple of us have done it now. And the idea is that this will flood the inboxes of those decision makers. So Alok Sharma is a big one. He's the president of COP26, the UN Secretariat, Patricia Espinosa, and then basically the rest of their staff. We've got Franz Timmermans as well from the EU, all their publicly available email addresses. You will get, they'll get an email from you with that template text. So the more they hear from you, the more that they'll start to see that nuclear is needed. You can put in scientific justification, emotional justification, whatever you think, and whatever you plays to your strengths, and you can do that. And that's where we really encourage you to get your YGNs to get involved. We'll be doing comms around this in the next few weeks, which you can share. And there's another link here. So there's one especially for the EU taxonomy that Generation Atomic have done. So you can fill that out as well. So that's the key part around the letters. There is also a letter template right down at the bottom. If you don't want to use that template and you want to check who you're sending it to, there's a template right down the bottom which you can download. So draft letter for YGNs to send, and this is one we drafted with the header. Oh, I've paused my screen sharing. Can you still see that?
Still the screen, still the website, Aaron, rather than the
okay,
than the Word document.
Just share my whole desktop. So yeah, this is the letter we wrote to the UN Secretariat. So if you want to, you can edit that and send that via email as a collective YGN. So really, yeah, we encourage you to get as many people to write this letter. And yeah, that's pretty much the letter side. I'll just jump to the social media campaign and then we can do some questions afterwards. And there is a little reminder here. So don't forget that you can use the petition and position paper to underpin engagement with your national leaders and decision makers. So do you have any connections, or does your YGN have any connections with your government? Can you make connections with your UN representative? And Alice will talk a little bit about what she's been doing in Brazil. And so we've got this petition, nearly 3,000 signatures, and that's going up every day, and the position paper. So, and this is where the social media campaign comes in. Humanizing the nuclear community is such a big part of it. I think internationally, the nuclear industry is renowned for being old men behind closed doors, and we're really trying to change that. So let's scroll down and show you what we've got. So this seems to have been quite a hit because we didn't have to push it too much, and a few individuals started getting involved. And all you need to do is download this template, which comes in as a PowerPoint. Copy this text for your post. You can tag a few people, and we'll change these hashtags occasionally. So I think next week on the 22nd is Biden's Leaders Climate Summit. So we've added that hashtag, and we're keeping up to date on what's trending, and these have been quite popular. So there's extra tips on what you can do. You can include more hashtags here in yellow. And here's a few examples of what people have done. And what we're really asking is you post this on Twitter and LinkedIn, and you tag and nominate other people to do the same. So if you nominate an extra 3, we're hoping the neutron economy will stay above 2, to excuse the nuclear joke, but it keeps that chain reaction going. And we've had a bit of success with nuclear graduates in the UK. They really did a lot over the last few weeks. And yeah, a few of these hashtags are particularly important. So Together for Our Planet, it's what the central government arm of COP26 is looking at. That's the hashtag they created. And if you go on that on LinkedIn, you'll actually see quite a few of these templates with people talking about nuclear. And it's hard to ignore because it's got the color schemes of COP. It's got a human face talking about nuclear. And to be honest, I didn't believe this would be as effective as it would. And Cyrillin will back me up to say that I was just kind of letting it happen. But it was until I actually saw it being done and the impact it was having that I really started to recognize the opportunity there. So I've done this little case study here of one of my friends, Ali, who I twisted his arm to do this post. And he was shocked as well at how much reach it got. So he only had 170 connections on LinkedIn. He managed to get 40 likes, 17 from outside of his network. So really starting to break that nuclear bubble, and more than 2,000 impressions. So more than 10 times his connections actually saw that post. And I think this is where Twitter and LinkedIn algorithms really play a big part. They will, your network, if somebody likes it, if somebody likes a post, that person's entire network will see what they've liked. And this is how you can really start to break that nuclear bubble. So yeah, using these right hashtags, tagging people, something personal, and a human face really give you the best odds of reaching a wide audience. So that's kind of the big social media thing we want you to do. And I really think if the YGN chairs and the leads do this and trickle it down throughout their YGNs in each country, you can add hashtags you think are trending. It doesn't have to be exactly this. You can chop and change this as much as you like. And the real goal is to humanize nuclear energy and get it on the cards. And so when people go and search for COP26, they start to see things about nuclear. And yeah, it really has been a lot more effective than I initially thought it would. You can also download this social media frame, which just another PowerPoint, and then you can add your photo and upload it to LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like. And that's been quite effective because whenever you see that, you'll think of nuclear and this campaign. So I will stop sharing there. That's a quick summary. Those are the two big things you can do. We've got various other things on the website you can have a look at. I mentioned the generic letter to the YGNs. We also have envoys and champions, and we'll be putting up an email which you can distribute as well. So yeah, keep checking back, but really those are the two big hitting things. And I will stop sharing there. And yeah, take any questions. If you